Resources Minister Gwede Mantashe says he's warned the Limpopo Premier to expect a high infection rate given the scale of mining in that province. Speaking at a briefing after 19 miners in Marula tested positive, Mantashe said he'll work closely with the mining company and authorities to curb the spread of the virus. The Minister now joins us via our telephone line. Minister, thanks very much for your time and welcome to the AM report. Perhaps we can start there. I mean, are you able to give us an update about what some of those measures to try clamp down on what appears to be a cluster of outbreaks at the Marula Platinum Mine in Limpopo?
Well, no. Mining is not an island. It's part of society. When COVID-19 pandemic began to ravage the country, one of the things we argued for, right even in cabinet, was, listen, we must test in the mines, because if you don't, by the time you think there is stability, you're going to have spikes around the mining areas. After a long fight, then mining was open to recall its workers. Now they are coming back. They comply with the health restrictions of social distancing, sanitizing, keeping your mask on, and we insisted that you screen and you test. And that is what is beginning to happen in a large scale now. Where we had a massive number that we discovered was in Marula, where there were 90 workers. Fortunately, they were screened and tested before going underground. And therefore, they will continue with the process of screening and testing we do in all the mines. Yesterday, earlier, we discovered a case in Dwasa River. And when our team went there, they discovered that the mine was not screening and testing. We gave them what we call a Section 54, stopping the operations. And the operation was stopped, and we said we will screen and test. They screen and test, yesterday they discovered 22 positive cases. So, to me, that is a positive indication that the insistence on screening and testing is the correct position.
Absolutely, especially because, as you rightly mentioned, these miners were found before going underground, which would have all kinds of ramifications. But the Labour Court, Minister, had also issued a directive for your department to start putting together standard operating procedures after AMCU went to court. My understanding is that a deadline to have that gazetted was actually placed for yesterday. Has that happened?
It was done a long time ago. Because by the time AMCU went to court, when after having those regulations, where we went to gazette them, and we gazetted them, and they're in place now.
Right. And how confident are you that all mining companies are actually in a position to adhere to those regulations? I mean, you've mentioned, for instance, one mine that you found wasn't necessarily doing what is expected during this period. Are you confident that the SOPs in their current form are, in fact, implementable across the board?
Now, SLPs is something different. The regulations are applicable across the board. That's why, for example, among the programs that we've undertaken as a department is what we call unannounced visits, where we just arrive in a mine and check if the procedures are in place and all those issues, and take mine to that. Actually, when we opened the mine and we did the unannounced visits, we discovered a lot of reluctance in testing. All of them were keen to do the screening, but testing, they very quickly, they thought that it was expensive. They insisted that, no, listen, guys, we'll pull your resources together, have area testing centers, and there are those such testing centers now, and they're giving us the results. And to me, there's no mine that's not going to exception. All of them must comply. And we were encouraging unions to raise the flag when they do something untoward.
Right. You speak about unions. I mean, are you able to give us an idea of how much consultation is taking place with those unions, especially, of course, as we head into the gradual reopening of the economy. I imagine a whole lot more workers were likely to be at their posts, which will mean that for this to work, you need to have unions on board as much as you can.
Before we started anything, we met the unions in the industry 4 times. Okay. And we met the industry, we met the unions. The reason that you say AMCU took us to court is that AMCU honored one of those 4 meetings. Then they went to court. Well, no problem with that. If the union want to talk to us through the judges, we'll talk to them through the judges. But we meet with the unions all the time. We talk to unions all the time.
And what are some of the sticking issues you have with the unions at this point, Minister?
No, there's no sticking point with the unions. Actually, when we gazetted those regulations, the first union to have and say, we welcome these regulations was AMCU.
Right. One of the issues, though, that we are aware of from the Minerals Council is what the head of health, Dr. Tutula Balfour, mentioned as an increasing trend of regional transmission. How much of an issue has this become, if at all, really, at this stage?
Regional infections, what you have said to the mines, listen guys, people from ethnic centers, like the Eastern Cape, for example, or Gauteng, please quarantine them before you do anything, because some will not show the signs immediately, and they say it is difficult, and to say it's safer and it is cost-effective for you, because the worst thing that will happen is that we discover one worker underground who is positive, and we test the crew. We discover that the whole crew is positive, and we test everyone with them in the case. We find them positive because we were first to close that operation. So many of the mines are understanding those requirements.
All right, let's leave it there, at least for now. Thanks very much for getting us into the picture. Certainly appreciate your time. That, of course, is Gwede Mantashe, who's the Minister of Mineral Resources and Energy in the country.